Now it is time for us to head out on the go and check in with Mike Ciona, who is meeting some new friends this morning.
Yes, no doubt about it. New friends at the Saskatoon Zoo, and we're joined by an old friend, Jeff Mitchell. Jeff, beside us are those two new friends. They're Gila monsters. Tell us about them.
Well, Gila monsters are one of 3 venomous lizards in the world. They're found from the Arizona, New Mexico, Mexico area, from the Gila Valley, where they get their name. They're a very uniquely adapted animal to the area. As I said, they're one of the 3 venomous lizards. They also, their meals are very infrequent. They eat about 3 or 4 times a year in the wild. A year, 3 or 4 times a year in the wild, up to 50% of their body weight for each of those meals, though. And then during the summer months, they hide a lot because it gets very, very hot down there. And they're much more active right in the early morning and right in the early afternoon.
Perfect. Well, we woke them up this morning, and they're not too thrilled with us. I think they're back to napping. They're like, oh, you two guys are just here to hang out and talk to us. So many different interesting facts, and we'll get to a little bit more of that. But how great is it to have this venomous creature here at the zoo in Saskatoon?
Well, I think it's one of the most fantastic things that we're doing. One of the things that I'm really trying to do is bring a lot more of the world to Saskatoon and a lot more opportunities for people to see very interesting animals, learn about all sorts of adaptations, and also learn that venomous doesn't mean dangerous. And people, you know, when they see rattlesnake in the wild, or they hear rattlesnake, or they hear venomous lizard, they immediately think dangerous. They're not dangerous. Most of the time they're trying to stay away from you, and they're not interested in bothering you. They're a very important part of the ecosystem.
No doubt about it. I think you mentioned, what, like only 1 reported death in the last 100 years from a Gila bite.
Yeah, only 1 reported death, very, very, very infrequently. I know it's very, very painful. I know some people that have been bitten, they say it's extremely painful, so you don't want to do it. But yeah, only 1 reported death in the last 100 years. So actually, before we brought him here, we actually went to the hospital. We talked with the emergency medicine. We had a whole protocol set up just in case it ever does happen.
There you go. They've thought of everything, not just your enjoyment and your knowledge, but also your safety here at the Saskatoon Zoo. We'll be chatting more about the Gilas as the morning wears on.
Very cool, Mike. Looking forward to seeing some more later on. Thank you. Let's head back out on the go and track down Mike Ciona one more time, who's hanging with venomous lizards this morning, Mike.
Yeah, in fact, one of 3 species of venomous lizards on Earth. A fascinating fact. And all 3 of those, Jeff Mitchell here at the Saskatoon Zoo, come from the same part of the planet. Is that right?
Yeah, all 3 are found in the New Mexico, Arizona, Mexico area. Absolutely.
Really, really cool. And so many different fascinating facts, including one that I think is super neat, is that venom is actually saving lives.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that a lot of venom does is a lot of medical research goes into venom, and Gila monster venom is actually used, a protein from the Gila monster venom is used for a type 2 diabetes drug, but it's also Ozempic. Ozempic is based exactly off of a protein out of Gila monster venom. So if you're injecting yourself with Ozempic, you're injecting yourself with a synthetic form of Gila monster venom, which is really, really interesting and cool.
That is super cool. I know a little earlier we were talking about how venomous doesn't mean dangerous, and there's a perfect example. Why is it that, what is it about venom, I don't even know if you know, that makes it such a good candidate for research and things like that?
Well, you have to realize venom attacks different organs and different systems in the body. So venom can attack the nervous system. They use venom in some of the animals, or poison from some of the animals, to actually make anesthesia. They use venom. In this case, they found out that the protein actually attacks fat, and they use that for Ozempic. So it's just a very, very interesting, cool fact about the venom, and one of the things that animal kingdom and the animal world is so cool about, and one of the things we try to bring here when you come to visit the Saskatoon Zoo.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I know you got a ton of visitors coming here in the month of June, just around the corner, because a lot of field trips and stuff like that. You guys do things. We're going to talk a little bit more about that here as the morning wears on. But let's wave one more time at our friends, the Gila monsters. They have been quite kind and forgiven us for waking them up. They are now napping peacefully and venomously, but peacefully. Well, they say let sleeping Gilas lie, and that's exactly what we did. The Gila monsters having a nap, but these girls behind us, the Arctic wolves, are up and at them. We are at the Saskatoon Zoo with Jeff Mitchell. And Jeff, I mean, there's not much more majestic of an animal than these, is there?
No, these three girls are just wonderful. They came to us a few years ago, and they're just adapting wonderfully, losing their winter coats, ready for the summer.
I love that. Now, we're ready for the summer, and a surefire sign that summer is coming is, of course, the Zoo Gala. We're just a couple weeks away.
Yeah, we're a couple weeks away from the Zoo Gala. Zoo Gala is sold out this year already, unfortunately, but you do have an opportunity to go on their website and look at some new fundraising opportunities, especially for the new bear exhibit. We're really excited about that.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And there are other ways, of course, you can get involved. And so many other unique things as summer arrives new to the zoo. The foundation, has some unique behind-the-scenes experiences?
Yeah, the Zoo Society has some really unique new behind-the-scenes experiences. Their website is all about it. You're going to get a chance to go behind the scenes, walk around, learn a lot about the animals, get up a little up close and personal than you get to normally. It's just some really exciting things. And then, of course, June 1st, the butterfly exhibit opens, which is always a huge popular thing out here. And the train starts again, the Kinsman Express too. So always a great time out here starting in June, and we hope everyone comes out and enjoys it.
No doubt about it. I know you said something, like 30 or 35,000 school kids are going to be coming through in June as well?
Yeah, we don't want to scare everyone away right away, but yeah, between 30 and 35,000 school kids are signed up to come out here in June and hopefully learn some great things about conservation and recycling and just learning all about the animals and loving all the animals as much as I do.
No doubt about it. I love that. So many great things going on here at the Saskatoon Zoo. Get down here and enjoy. And today's a great day to come too. It's beautiful down here.